Hey friends! This is Girls Against Gauging. My name is Chloe.
My name's Alex.
And if you're new here, we are a crochet and knitting podcast where we talk about everything that we're working on, including some other crafts occasionally because fiber artists love to dabble.
Yes.
This is a special episode. Usually we have a formula to our videos. We talk about finished objects, whips, acquisitions, but today we're getting hot and heavy with some crochet and knitting hot takes that we want to share with you. This episode is not meant to be super controversial. We hope we don't push your buttons too much, but we do have some controversial opinions.
Yeah, enough to still be considered hot.
To stir the pot a little, if you will. So I think we're just going to get into it because I know you want to hear what our hot takes are.
Number one for me is I think purling sucks, and anyone who says they like purling is lying, because it sucks. It makes knitting anything flat, any seaming awful. It takes time. It messes up your tension. It's not ergonomic. It hurts your hands, and the purl side doesn't look cute at all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I hate purling so much. I learned how to knit backwards.
What you're gonna find here is that sometimes our hot takes, we both don't share them. Alex feels more strongly about this than I do, but I also dislike it. I wouldn't say I hate, I just dislike.
I hate.
Okay, number two. Oh, this one's kind of a hot one. We're starting up hot.
Yeah.
I would not pay.
While editing this video, I realized that I sounded like I have no idea what I'm talking about, so I'm gonna refilm this so that I can better explain my first hot take. But basically, I do not think it is worth buying from someone who can make the same craft as you. I am all about supporting small businesses. I know that I'm walking on a thin line here, but more importantly, I'm also all about the I can make that myself mentality. I know we've all been there, especially crocheters and knitters. I know that you guys will walk into a fast fashion store and be like, I can make this myself. And that is exactly who I am to my core. So yes, more people should be supporting small businesses and be buying from local artisans. However, at the end of the day, if I can make what you make politely, I will be looking away. I'm sorry. Hopefully this doesn't offend anybody. I feel like this is a better way of what I was trying to say, but that is my hot take. Okay, let's resume.
Fun hot take, Chloe. I like you stirring the pot. My eyesight's terrible, so I'm gonna lean over to see what my next. Oh yes. Okay, this might also stir the pot. I'm sorry if you do this, but my hot take is that machine knitting should not be considered or advertised as hand knit pieces, because you're not knitting with your hands.
Are you talking about the ones where
yeah, or they go and I guess I don't know too much about machine knitting, so I am sorry if I offend people. I am speaking out of ignorance to some degree, and I know you use a little hook to put the yarn on, and that does take time, but that is different from actually knitting. And I feel like when you advertise something as hand knitting, everyone will think of the really time-consuming process that takes to hand knit every stitch, the beauty and uniqueness of something being each stitch individually being knit by hand, the tension, the beautiful mistakes. That's just not the same thing as hand knit. I think you should advertise it as machine knit, because with machine knit your tension is perfect and looks store-bought because you're using a literal machine, and it's so much faster.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Stuff.
I've seen people do hauls before where it's 20 hats that they've knitted in a week, and we all know that that's not realistic.
Yeah.
And then I figure out how they do it, and I do get a little bit disappointed because I just feel like that doesn't count.
Yeah, I feel like it should be given a different name. I mean, you're still doing work. Yeah. You're still designing, but it shouldn't be called knitting. It should be called
whatever those machines are called. Then name it that.
Yeah, that's my hot take. When we first tried to do hot takes, we realized that Alex didn't know what a hot take was, and that it meant being slightly offensive. And I don't like offending people, but I'm trying. Kindly offending people, so hopefully I did the right amount. I don't know. But Chloe's showing me the ways here.
I don't care.
She
Sometimes his opinions need to be said. I don't care if it hurts the feelings. Number 4. Acrylic isn't the bad guy here. And this might offend some yarn snobs. I know in our last episode, Alex said she was a little bit of a yarn snob, which is fine. I think to each their own. Everyone has a preference. But acrylic, like, don't get me wrong, Red Heart, it just does not feel good. But there are some really soft acrylic yarns to work with. I know Joann's had some really good ones. Michael's just bought out Joann's branded yarn. Really? What is the name of their yarn again?
Oh, Big Twist?
Big Twist. It's now going to be labeled something else, but it is the
Really?
same supplier of yarn, so it's going to feel the same.
Okay.
Some of those can just be super soft and so fun to work with. And
colors.
If you've watched our episodes, you know I'm a big fan of things working up fast, and a lot of acrylic yarns are worsted weight yarns, which so I feel like that's already 2 bonuses for acrylic yarn. But yeah, just don't poop on acrylic yarn, please, because it can be just as good. And I get it. You know, there are some sustainability reasons for not wanting to work with acrylic, but at the end of the day, if someone can't afford acrylic yarn, just like let them work with whatever they have and don't rain on their parade. My yarn snob is just like,
Thank you for sharing. No, I do think acrylic comes in beautiful colors, and it's nice and affordable for people who want to get into the hobby and want to practice and not waste really expensive yarn in a project that they don't like.
I totally get
So
spending $20 or $30 for a beautiful skein of hand-dyed yarn, but I just realistically can't do that all the time. Yeah.
What about how do you feel about like the plant-based yarns, like cotton?
Yeah, cotton's good for some projects.
Okay.
I know there are like some pros and cons for cotton too. I'm a big fan of all types of yarns. Yeah.
She doesn't discriminate.
I can work with anything, but at the end of the day, I think I work with acrylic the most.
You're plastic.
My plastic acrylic yarn is what I work with the most.
Hell yeah. Okay, love it. Number 5. Sorry.
Such an old man.
I'm legally blind without my contacts.
Do you need this closer?
But I still am pretty blind. We're gonna enlarge the font a little bit. Okay. Knitting influencers are creating FOMO, not inspiration.
Agreed.
Even though we're trying to be, or at least I'm trying to be a knitting influencer with this channel. I just think they paint an unrealistic picture because they're getting sponsorships, free yarn, having all these hauls. I watch all these podcasters that are just rolling the dough of knitting for all of it. Sigurd, what is it? Pure Gint. I think that's Petite Knits brand. Oh, Sandus Garn. Like all these really nice luxury yarns. Cardiff Cashmere. And I'm like, you just have $200 to blow on a sweater?
Casually.
Must be nice. I mean, I will say those knitting influencers must work so hard.
Oh, for sure.
And stuff. My respect. But it does paint like an unrealistic picture for us common skilled, not tech savvy social media people, and they paint these like dream cohesive Instagram feeds. But if you like want to get into knitting, that's not what your first piece is gonna look like, unless you're like insanely good at detail and are a perfectionist.
No, I feel the same way.
Yeah, so I just feel like it's unrealistic. People are like, this is my first sweater I knitted and it looks perfect, and that is not what a real learning how to knit experience is going to be like. And so I know there are a few influencers that are bringing it real. We hope to be doing this with that with our channel. But I think in general a lot of the knitting influencers are like, I knit 2 sweaters in 1 week.
I think that's what really gets me. It's not so much the yarn that they use. For me, it's the hauls.
Yeah.
I'm a working woman, okay? I can't dedicate my day to just
Knitting
getting
all
arthritis and knitting and crocheting all day. I just realistically can't do it. So when I do see people do this is what I knitted or this is what I crocheted in a week, I just get like, like a weird tinge of jealousy because I'm like, man, like I really wish that I had more time to do that. But like balancing work, social life, being active, and then like also your hobbies on the side is just, it's really hard to do, and I can't dedicate my whole life to just one thing.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe one day you'll be the crochet designer and you can be a full-time crocheter.
Maybe.
Although I hear that like people who are full-time knitwear and crochet designers actually don't get to crochet that much because they're spending all this time writing patterns and messing up and redoing their work. So
Like the designers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, because I watched this one video that was really fascinating, like all that goes into making a pattern.
Oh my gosh. And they have to do it so many
much.
times.
And they have to redo their things and stuff. So yeah, it's a tough life we live out here.
Yeah.
Okay, Chloe, take us away for number 6.
Number 6. I feel like a lot of people make the same things. And by people, I mean the people who are crocheting, people who are knitting, the people who are pattern buying.
Okay, yes.
I will say that when I go on Instagram, I do see like a lot of designers that are making a bunch of like cool tapestry patterns or really cool purses, and they're all different, but like not the designers, the like regular schmegular people, everyone knits the same patterns. I think that we need to get a little spicier, start supporting more independent artists. Don't just support the main ones. I think we really need to take the time to look on Ravelry or Etsy and just start getting a little bit more creative, or heck, even design your own patterns. You know, once you get to a certain point, you kind of know how to construct a purse or some accessories, or even like, I know it's easier with crocheting, but like a shirt, like it's just, yeah, once you know the basics, I think that you should try to do things on your own. Maybe I totally get like the FOMO part, like seeing everyone online make the same things, and some pieces are really worth it, but like the example in my head that I'm thinking of is the Sophie scarf.
Oh yeah.
I think the Sophie scarf is so cute, don't get me wrong, but there are other patterns out there that are pretty similar that we could be buying and making as well. And yeah, just get creative with how you're sourcing your patterns. I feel like we can, you know, make the world a little bit more colorful and a little bit more unique if we all didn't make the same things.
I feel like people, if they have like new and upcoming designers that they love that aren't the generic ones, totally comment them down below. But yeah, I also too feel like with some knitwear designers, like they copy a lot of generic patterns and add one little tweak, and then all of a sudden they're like, my design's different. Like I feel like copyright power, it's questionable when you have 2 different designers selling 2 different sweaters that essentially look the same.
So it's kind of happening on both sides.
Yeah.
People who are crocheting, people are knitting, and the designers as well.
Yeah,
So
it's like questionable. It's like you work so hard, but then you see someone who has the exact same pattern, or like, you know, like a classic raglan, you can find a free pattern online. Like, can you really sell it for, like, do you have that monetary power? Is that scheming when there's like free patterns and it's not that different?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know it goes into work to making a pattern, but sometimes when you all make the same type, where you're like, that's the same drop shoulder, just with like a twisted rib instead of a regular rib.
yeah,
Or like, yeah, it's just interesting.
I agree. I feel like that was like hot take 6.5 because it really just like works with what I was saying. Yeah.
Hot take number 7, knitting YouTube and podcasts are starting to look the same, which I think is kind of related. And it's 6.75 instead of 0.7. But yeah, I feel like, okay, it might just be my algorithm because I'm a very basic neutral girly. Unfortunately, I'm lame sometimes, but I feel like all the podcasts that are showing up in my feed, they all look the same. Everyone's knitting the same thing. It's all similar colors, all similar yarn brands, all similar patterns, everything looking really cute and Insta worthy and perfect, but that they knit or that they crochet. There's not a lot of variety, and it can get kind of like boring. Or maybe I feel like people who want to make podcasts and show the work, it can make it kind of hard to even experience any growth or stand out because everyone is doing the same thing. So yeah, I don't know. Like,
I feel like I can't personally add to this because I don't watch a lot of knitting and crochet podcasters, But the ones that I have seen before, yeah, it's always like the same soothing, have a chat with me with my little coffee. Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, that could be said for a lot of different podcasts, not just knitting and crocheting. Everything's just starting to feel the same.
Yeah, but there are some really good podcasters out there that have really inspired me and Chloe, and I really love the podcasters that bring something different or add something unique or have like a clear niche that like draw me to them. And we're hoping to do that with our podcast. I feel like we've got two very contrasting styles, but like we can bring a little bit of like best of both worlds to that. And I've yet to find a podcast that has as many cool sound effects as
we have so many.
So yeah, hopefully you like those. But please subscribe and give us a like if you want to see more.
Number 8. There's I'm just trying to make it sound intense, okay? There's no such thing as too much yarn coming from a yarn hoarder.
But you're gonna say yarn whore?
Well, both. Yeah, I don't know. I'm the type of person where like I really do like to keep every single skein of yarn that I've bought. I'm also very resourceful. I buy my yarn from like Facebook Marketplace to people who are destashing, thrift stores. I've gotten to like Fiber Fests and then like crafting stores. So like I have a lot. I've accumulated a lot over the years. I feel like those one-off skeins that you feel like you're never going to use eventually will have a purpose. So just hold on to them. just keep it there in your little pile at the bottom because you will get back to it one day. I believe in you. And like, don't worry about your growing pile. Don't worry about it because you'll get to it eventually. At least that's what I tell myself.
I feel like you're that like TikTok reel of like the dad who like finally has the like random lumber he's been saving for
that literally
years.
is me. That's me.
Yarn.
Like, can I just show y'all an example?
Yes.
Bring out my basket. This random skein of yarn I've had since the first year I started crocheting back in 2020, and I'm finally using it for a shirt. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say.
We will, to give Chloe some authenticity to this passion of her hot take, we will feature a little behind the scenes panorama of her beautiful yarn stash that she is so proud of and so faithful to finding pieces and using them and not letting them go to waste.
And I don't want to hear anything bad in the comments about how messy my room is, okay?
Yeah, it's so cute. And Chloe's not only resourceful, but she did work at Joann's, so she got a sick discount. And so she made good use of that discount. So don't judge the yarn she has because she earned it and was smart financially about it.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate for working part-time at a store you want a good discount at. And Joann's was one of those stores.
Yeah, you're actually like saving money. Girl math, right?
Yeah. Really, I was saving money. It was like, basic, like, I did not get paid well at all, but like if you take into consideration my discount, it was like a little bonus. Yeah, so every day they gave me a little bonus. Okay, that was 8. Our 9th one is a shared hot take because we both did this. Would you like to say what it is?
Sure. It's because I have still held true. She broke it, but it's okay. We forgive and we move forward. Our hot take is that we are against gauging sex. It's awful.
It's just time consuming, and like I feel like if I have nothing to say. There's a lot of
Why do we hate gauging, Chloe? But why are we against it? Even though there's pros, why do we not like it?
Because it's time consuming. Don't get me started on the pros because there are a long list of pros. But I think what it boils down to is we're lazy. She would agree.
Yes, but sometimes like you make it and then you meet Gabe. So you're like, I just did all of this for nothing. And you have to block. It also like slows you down from starting your project because first you have to gauge wash, then you have to block it, then you have to wait for it to dry, then you have to measure it when you could have just happily started on your project. Like at that point, I would lose patience and lose steam to even start my project.
Yeah.
And then like, oh, like you met gauge, well, you just wasted that yarn, and then you're stressed about yarn chicken if you run out of yarn, and you have to unravel your gauge swatch, and then it's like kind of like a mystery when you knit, like, will it fit? Ooh.
Okay, now that I'm hearing Alex talk, this sounds like first world problems. First world problems, not gauging hasn't caused us any physical harm.
Yeah.
So we're gonna continue to not gauge.
Yeah, it makes it fun to see if your project will fit.
Most of the time it does.
You can give it away. If a project fits, that means the pattern is super well written.
I don't know if that's what that means.
Because the game, or we're just like super accurate knitters and
I think we
crocheters.
just got lucky, actually.
True. We're probably lazy, but we love hearing that other people hate gauging too.
Yeah, this is not unique to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So join the club. Find a community in hating gauging.
But we also want more followers, so if you love gauging, also give us a follow.
Yeah. Help persuade us to become not girls against gauging, but girls who were previously against gauging, but are more open to gauging. That's really
We're legally not changing our YouTube name if we start to like gauging, and it's always going to be Girls Against Gauging. So
yeah, we can just hate it, but still do it.
what if every episode is just a different take on gauging?
But yeah, thank you so much for joining us in our hot takes. I don't know if I did a good job describing my hot takes, but hopefully you had fun.
Yeah, this was really fun,
Yeah.
actually. I like talking like this.
I feel like unfiltered thoughts and unpracticed and rehearsed thoughts is what makes it more enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
We did practice our intro probably like 5 times though, because we haven't nailed that down yet. But we're just being honest.
You know what? It's really hard, like, being in sync with two people when, first of all, you don't know what you're supposed to say half the time.
Yeah.
The amount of times she said, hey, and I've said hello, and it just doesn't work out right. Yeah, so, whatever.
But other than that, that's the only thing we rehearsed. So
Yeah.
we're natural apart from our intros.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you like this video, go ahead and give us a big thumbs up. You can subscribe if you want, and we hope to see you next time.
Bye!